Okay, so it seems like there's been a little bit of an update to the Faith Connect situation again, and it seems like more people are getting angry, and we're going back to Jelly Hoshiumi again, because, of course, if you don't know, during this whole Faith Connect saga which has been going on, there's been two kind of parts to this. There's been, obviously, the original Jelly Hoshiumi situation, where she was talking about a Minecraft DLC, which obviously she was saying she didn't want it to be political, and, you know, some people got mad, and Faith Connect took it down, made a statement. People got mad at the statement, right? And then obviously we had, Clara at around about the same time actually graduating, which obviously had a lot of people heated due to her, comments about Charlie Kirk on a different account, right? And of course, yeah, this ended up going pretty big in the VTubing space, right? And it is still pretty big to this day. But it seems like a lot of people have still been trying to go after Jelly Hoshiumi as she's been posting a little bit online. And yeah, I think it is pretty interesting because, of course, Jelly has kind of been posting like normal. It seems like she's interacting with a lot of the members of Phase Connect as well. It seems like they're doing a collaboration on the 11th of February. So definitely go check that out. It seems like they're going to be having a lot of fun over there. And of course, she did end up posting this, which I thought was quite funny. It was just a picture of Big Chungus, which obviously had 222,000 views, which I thought was pretty interesting. But, a lot of people saying, my Chungus wife, they said it'd be so romantic to gain weight together. Like, what? People said never change Jelly, the raw one is back. I can't wait to catch a stream. Welcome back. It's a Big Chungus. So again, a lot of the Phase Connect members there are responding and actually kind of interacting with her, which is really great to see because, of course, a lot of people thought like it was there going to be some sort of tension between them, but it seems like a lot of the members, like most of the members here, or I say most of them, a lot of the members, sorry, are kind of commenting on the replies and yeah, just kind of interacting with her posts, which is really great to see because, of course, during a time like this, it's very easy for people in a VTuber agency to kind of ostracize another talent because they got involved in some kind of drama. They don't want to get involved in that kind of stuff. But it seems like she has some good friends there, at least, that will obviously back her up and still continue to do work with her, which is great to see, right? And of course, well, some people have still been getting angry at her, though, over some people that she follows, which I think is absolutely crazy. And of course, this goes to this post here, which obviously is a post talking about Binted here saying, gotta add Jelly to the rent-free in N's head. It's a full house inside his empty brain. And obviously they say, Jelly is going out of her way to follow these people on her other account, spreading rumors about a cosplayer in the community not even 24 hours ago. Asmongold doxed her co-worker, in case you were wondering if she's sorry. Now, obviously, they're referring to that one stream where essentially Asmongold did bring up some of Clara's, personal stuff. But again, it is very important to note here, which a lot of you guys were saying as well in the comments. It was actually, I'm pretty sure, brought up by like a viewer, and it wasn't like a main spectacle topic that he brought up as like a gotcha thing. It just kind of came up on the screen, which of course, is completely different to just like straight up like trying to maliciously go after someone. So again, I don't think it's like fully doxed or anything. But again, obviously some people feel differently about that. But of course, they're essentially trying to say that, hey, over on, Jelly's alt account, or not alt account, it's like her past life account or whatever you want to call it, right? She is following people like Asmongold and Kirsha, so obviously that makes her a terrible person or something. Which I think is pretty crazy because, of course, if you go through, people that follow Asmongold, there's a lot of people, right? I don't think it necessarily, ties you into being a part of, a watcher or whatever. Although, to be fair, I do think that, obviously, if she wants to watch Asmongold and is a fan, that is totally plausible and okay. But of course, you got to think as well, Asmongold is a big content creator, regardless of, how you feel about his opinions and things. Right, there is a lot of followers. If you literally go to his following list, like the people who follow him, there's going to be people there that, don't exactly make sense and don't exactly align with, a lot of the stuff that he's saying, but they still follow him, right? Because, of course, he is a big creator, and I think a lot of people do forget that. But, of course, yeah, she's also following Kirsha as well. So I guess some people are trying to essentially spread the fact that, oh, my God, she's not sorry or whatever, and that well, I don't know. But again, I think it's stupid because obviously everybody can have their own opinion whenever it comes to whatever they want, right? I think a lot of these people going after her, attacking Jelly for this kind of stuff is so stupid because people can follow who they want, people can believe what they want, and of course the issue at the start obviously was a post that she put up on her kind of main account or whatever, and I can understand why that might have been an issue for FaZe Connect, right? Because of course she's part of a company, she's got other talents and things that are there, and of course, you know, it can affect things. But if she wants to go and, you know, do this kind of stuff, you know, on her own or on her other account or whatever that isn't controlled by this kind of stuff, then I think that's okay, right? And of course, yes, there's going to be probably a lot of backlash from it. And I do think this does draw a lot of similarities to the whole Clara situation because, of course, you know, Clara was making those comments about Charlie Kirk on her other account, and that's what people got mad at. So again, I don't know. I don't know if it's like one of these cases where we should either like let them all say what they want on their, you know, own alt accounts, or whether, you know, it should be different. I don't know. But again, it is pretty interesting, right? And so a lot of people as well in the comments saying, I'm so glad that Jelly isn't turning the other cheek. I hope that she embraces her new fans, allies, and leverages that power to fight. Second is attempts to sanitize the company. Worst case scenario, she'll have a dedicated fan base to go solo with. Who saying she stopped following Asman, which of course, you know, might be the case, but obviously, you know, a lot of people are just trying to clutch at anything that they can to essentially go at Jelly, which I think, obviously, you know, I think it's pretty stupid. I feel like a lot of people have kind of moved on from this now. At least that's what I feel like. This, you know, drama doesn't seem to be in the full kind of breadth of what it used to be. It seems like a lot of people are just kind of getting on with things now, especially with Jelly as well, posting a lot of these collaborations. And again, of course, these people are going to continue to try and fight anything they can to kind of bring Jelly down and to kind of upset a lot of the stuff that is going on at FaZe Connect still, because of course, as I said, you know, FaZe Connect kind of gave them an inch, right? They gave them an inch with the statement that they put out and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And now, of course, they want to take a mile because they know that they're pretty much in, and that they know that they have some kind of sway whenever it comes to talking about stuff to do with their talents and being upset over things. And, you know, they might actually get some kind of change because FaZe Connect can so easily just kind of be like, oh yeah, we're sorry kind of thing, right? And of course, a lot of people have been talking about this as well, saying, yeah, Jelly has no remorse, she is a bigot, which of course I think is pretty crazy considering that you just called this like over a following list, right? And of course, you know, I think maybe if she made some other posts and stuff, I can understand why you'd say that. But literally over following someone, I think it is pretty cringe to essentially be going after someone for literally following a person, because again, there could be multiple reasons as to why, and also I don't think it's the end of the world if you do follow someone, right? I'm not gonna like crash out on someone if they follow you know, literally anybody, because I understand that everybody has their own reasons, everybody has their own kind of motivations for following someone, and sometimes they might have even just forgotten, right? I'm not saying that's the case with Jelly, but again, I do think this kind of like, oh, you're following this person thing, that's bad. I think it's just kind of cringe, right? And of course, yeah, a lot of people have saying that, said, Fork found in kitchen, people saying all these dumbasses saying wrong Jelly, and it's just her PL account. Saying, to be fair, with how the PL is so secret, you could just see how, say, oh, X is the PL of Y without some digging. It's only natural to assume that if you know nothing of this link, that it could be a case of mistaken identity, which of course is true. Obviously, if you say right-wing grifter follows other right-wing grifter, call me shocked. Do they say, yeah, I think it's pretty crazy, right? And people say, can we pretend that not everybody is on the internet for money, which I do think is kind of true, right? And obviously a lot of people have been discussing all things to do with Asmongold, and you know, how he has kind of you know, affected the FaZe Connect space, especially with a lot of what he brought up about Clara and things on stream, you know, because obviously he goes into the Charlie Kirk post and stuff that, you know, obviously then kind of, I guess, escalated things quite a bit in terms of the drama that's going on. People saying, at this point, I don't think there's much to gain from pursuing Jelly or FaZe on this, but to me, it's obvious Jelly knew what she was doing when she responded to the Minecraft tweet. I just don't think the excuse that she didn't know what the civil rights movement is, or that it was an optional DLC, can coexist with Jelly's tweet about it being engagement bait right after. One must ask, why did she think tweeting that would compel others to engage with her post? Think critically, which again, I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of people have obviously been, you know, kind of coming up with their own ideas on why she would post, you know, something about an optional Minecraft DLC, which I do understand that it was pretty stupid to be so mad, I guess, about something that is optional within a game. But at the same time, right, I think it is pretty stupid to be going after someone, even now, because they are following someone. And yeah, that's about it, right? You know, just because they're following someone. You know, I follow a lot of people, and you know, a lot of people with different kind of opinions and different kind of things, and I like to do that to get a lot of people's different opinions, like literally for that reason, because it is interesting to see, you know, what kind of both sides are saying on a situation or a topic, and of course that's what a lot of people do too. So again, obviously saying that she has no remorse or that she's a bigot over this, I do think it is pretty crazy. But of course, you know, that's just how some people feel. And it seems like a lot of people have been trying to go after her over this one kind of screenshot, which I think is pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, that is essentially all there is for this little bit of an update on the whole Jelly Hoshiumi stuff. But it seems like she is back. She is, you know, just doing stuff back to normal. It doesn't seem like any of this is really affecting her too much. So hopefully that can continue, and hopefully everything goes good for her in the future with Face Connect and things like that. But yeah, I mean, that is essentially all there is for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kaz to get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.